We've come to the point that we have to reveal the fact that several people in the United States have been cooperating with the Chinese Communists over a period of 10 years to set up what we have gone through during the COVID-19 pandemic. No one seems interested in exploring the fact that what we have experienced has been a deliberate plan foisted on the American people, our economy, and that of the rest of the world. While the Wuhan virus came out of China deliberately, the controls on the people came out of America deliberately. As we show in our book published over a year ago, the plans were laid for imposing controls on the people in the name of a pandemic. The organizations and the people who planned all of this include the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the National Science Foundation, the National Cancer Institute, the National Institutes of Health, the Youth Innovation Promotion Association of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, China's Scholarship Council, and the Natural Science Foundation of China. The World Health Organization was also involved in the act. In 2010, they launched a program to control virus outbreaks, and on the council they organized was the Chinese Communist Director of WHO, Margaret Chan, also Anthony Lake of UNICEF, and Tatsu Yamada, President of Global Health at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He was a member of the Globalist promoting Council on Foreign Relations. Anthony Lake was nominated by Bill Clinton to serve as our National Security Advisor, but due to the efforts of the John Birch Society members exposing his pro-communist proclivities, he withdrew his name at the last minute before the Senate hearings that would have proven to be very embarrassing for him. Another person on this World Health Organization initiative was Dr. Anthony Fauci. You know, the guy who approved of helping to finance the Wuhan laboratory experiments. In May 2010, the Rockefeller Foundation issued a thought-provoking report called Scenarios for the Future of Technology and International Development. One scenario had the title Lockstep, a world of tighter, top-down government control and more authoritarian leadership, with limited innovation and a growing citizen pushback. In this scenario, a new flu epidemic struck with all too familiar effects. International mobility of both people and goods screeched to a halt, debilitating industries like tourism and breaking international supply chains. Even locally, normally bustling shops and office buildings sat empty for months, devoid of both employees and customers. During the pandemic, national leaders around the world flexed their authority and imposed airtight rules and regulations, from the mandatory wearing of face masks to body temperature checks. Doesn't this sound a lot like what happened? In addition, the lockstep scenario said that, quote, more authoritarian control and oversight of citizens and their activities stuck, unquote. All of the authoritarian edicts we saw were already planned out years before. There's more information on this in our book on China. But it is an all-planned-out program for what comes next. We will either have another dangerous virus released by China, or we will see the imposition of controls on us in what is called the Great Reset. Basically, what we have seen in the Great Reset program is a call for controls on every aspect of human life. They have stated as a result of getting away with imposing controls in the name of the pandemic, they can evolve into their plans to control us in the name of the environment. The globalists have seen that they can get away with these pandemic controls by creating fear in the people. And now they want to create fear in the name of the environment, telling us that we only have 10 to 12 years left of life on Earth, unless we accept these controls on our land, our animals, our cars, where we live, everything, to reduce pollution and greenhouse gases. It's all contained in our latest book, The UN's Agenda 2030, Marxist Stealth Plan for World Government. If you think that this is too wild to believe, or that it is the whim of a few kooks, then if you go to the sponsoring organization of the Great Reset, the World Economic Forum, you will see such names as Facebook, Google, Apple, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, corporate members of the Council on Foreign Relations, and many Chinese communist companies such as Alibaba. Now, these people may be kooks, but it is indicative of the power these people wield. We have only mentioned a few of the large companies behind what is going on, and it explains why many of these companies are financing the leftist agenda. I urge you to send for this book and read it for yourself. What the next step is in the whole scenario of a pandemic to get the people obeying edicts rather than laws in violation of our Bill of Rights. The First Amendment of the Bill of Rights was ignored during the pandemic. We hope it was temporary, but the globalist communist conspiracy is working to make it permanent. They want to destroy the freedom of the American people. We cannot allow that to happen. It's time to get to work and fight these evil people. Just don't read about the problem or watch videos like this one. Get to work and join with us.